My garbage person of the week is the Supreme Court. Now I'm kidding, it should be. Obviously, they're the worst people in the country and supported by people who are arguably just as bad. But I need to have a little bit of fun, so we're gonna mix it up. It is not the Supreme Court. Let's launch into this video.
The more you drive, the more conservative you are. Just look at the truckers. I think that driving requires a form of responsibility. It requires a sense of awareness. What does it cost? Insurance, gas prices. Where public transit, which can be nice in certain circumstances, I don't think is actually ideal. I think that public transit makes you unaware of the costs or the investment of what is required to get you from point A to point B. Where if you own a car in the suburbs or in the rural areas, you are intimately aware and invested in everything. How much does the car cost? How much does it cost to fill up? Now, when you are thinking about costs, you generally end up being a conservative. A good rule for life is the more you care about costs, the less likely you are to be a leftist. A leftist is someone who does not consciously think about what is the cost.
Can someone please call his studio? Because I think there's a carbon monoxide leak. I think he and his staff are in danger. There's something in the air that is melting their brains, Brett.
These are the smart, I love people that I meet. They're like Charlie Kirk, he's one smart cookie. At this point, they're just trying to see if they can get away with this stupidity. And they're bored. It's your garbage bored. Person. You say all the reasons why he's wrong.
Yeah, I'll say, okay, so my reason is, so not the reason, I'm not gonna give you the reason he's my garbage person. It's clear he's an absolute idiot or whatever. And although he's really bad at this and he produces some of the least compelling content on the right, and the bar is not high, it is amazing how little he has to bring to this show. Like, if he has ever wondered, why does Ben Shapiro have more viewers than me? I don't know, watch your show briefly, man. That was just terrible. And by the way, this is part of kind of a series of, I don't want to say thoughts because it's not that, but the idea that you have to drive, and if you drive, you become a conservative, is a similar thought to Charlie Kirk claims tall buildings make people liberal, which I swear was not produced by an AI chatbot. That's a thing that he said too. If we could bring up the screenshot, you'll see. And he says, I believe we need to build horizontally, not vertically. It's one of my speeches. Developers don't like it when I say this, but it's true. The higher the building, the more liberal the voter. It just is. And then I think he laid down on the stage and went to sleep. I don't know what happened after that. They're not sending their best.
They're just trying to see if they can get away with it. You see it on Tucker too. He like when he puts together things, they're just trying to see how much they can snow their already snow white base. Like, Charlie, what if I told you that the people who drive cars have more money, and most people who take public transportation are doing so because they are wildly aware of the cost of things, and they have to be, and they have to mind how much they're spending on things, so they take the less expensive mode of transportation. For other people in New York City, like, it makes more sense to take the subway than it does to drive places. You total doink. Maybe it is the case that the more conservative you are, it's because you can silo yourself off from everyone else. And you don't have to, the richer you are, the more money you have, you can buy luxuries that mean you don't have to interact with other people. You don't have to empathize, you don't have to do squat, except, and you, Charlie, you're accepting millions and millions of dollars from reports I've read to say this stuff, to just see if you can get away with it, to propagandize and to groom America's youth. That's what Turning Point is. It is a grooming mechanism to turn otherwise empathetic, innocent children into scum-sucking vampire conservatives.
That's what it is. Yep. Yeah, he is there to like so many people on the right, he is there to ruin people that are either like him or that they pretend to. He's not a college kid, he's older or whatever, but he's supposed to pretend to still be with college or whatever. I don't know. I'm saying that he's older. I don't know why they keep pretending that he has anything to do with college, but that's the group that he's supposed to ruin. And so that's what he's doing. He's bringing basically nothing to the table in terms of an argument. Although, as you pointed out, both of his cases with the buildings and with the transportation is a preference for not being with other people. That is definitely the case. Anyway, that's my garbage person. Now let's turn to your garbage person. 32,000 of you voted, and your number 5 this week with 5% of the vote is the Maine insurance agency for the racist Juneteenth sign. Coming in at number 4 with 11% of the vote is Ron Johnson for pretending to take a call to avoid reporters. Number 3 with 17% of the vote is Marjorie Greene for telling a reporter to go back to where she came from. That was a fun one. Number 2 with 26% of the vote is Eric Greitens for his rhino hunting political ad. Was that this week? Jesus, a lot happens in a week. But your garbage person of the week with 40% of the vote is the Texas GOP for going full on MAGA at their convention where they did just all of the bad things.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.